Have you ever noticed how some people seem to attract what they want almost effortlessly? They're not chasing after things, stressing about the outcome, or doubting themselves. Instead, they just show up completely comfortable in who they are, and somehow things just fall into place for them. Why is that? In this video, I'm going to share the secret behind this effortless attraction. And here's the catch. It doesn't involve doing more, pushing harder, or thinking positive all the time. Instead, it's about becoming more authentic, embracing non-judgment, and learning the art of detachment. These simple shifts might sound almost too easy, but they're actually incredibly powerful. By the end, you'll understand why being true to yourself and letting go of the need for control can actually bring your desires to you faster than anything else. And to make it even more practical, I'll share real-life examples of people who use these principles to transform their lives, sometimes in ways they never expected. Let's dive in and discover how authenticity, non-judgment, and detachment can help you attract your desires effortlessly. Let's start with authenticity. We hear this word a lot, but what does it actually mean to live authentically? Authenticity isn't just about being yourself in a surface-level way. It's about aligning with who you genuinely are at the core, even when that might go against what society expects. It's about letting go of the need to impress others or to be something you're not. And the incredible thing, when we do this, we naturally start attracting the right opportunities, people, and experiences, almost like a magnet. Take the story of Sarah, for example. For years, Sarah felt like she had to fit a certain mold, go to college, get a respectable job, and follow a path that felt completely detached from who she really was. She felt stuck, unhappy, and even anxious about her future. But then, after years of frustration, she made a bold decision. She would live by her own values, even if it meant disappointing others. She quit her corporate job and started a small art business. At first, it was tough, and she questioned her choices. But as time passed, she found herself happier, healthier, and more fulfilled. And interestingly, the moment she let go of the need to please others, she began attracting clients who resonated deeply with her work. Clients who didn't just buy her art, but also shared her passion. This is the hidden power of authenticity. When we stop wearing masks, people can finally connect with us for who we really are, and the universe seems to respond by aligning us with the things we desire. It's like flipping a switch, and suddenly, life starts flowing in a more natural and fulfilling way. In another case, let's consider John, a high school teacher who always loved writing. He had this inner dream of publishing his own stories, but he felt like no one would take him seriously unless he was a professional writer. For years, he wrote in secret, fearing judgment from colleagues and friends. But one day, he decided to share a short story online, just for fun. To his surprise, it went viral. Readers connected with his unique perspective, and suddenly, he was being approached by publishers who wanted more. By letting go of that fear of judgment and stepping into his authentic self, he found opportunities he hadn't even dared to dream of. When we're authentic, we create a space for magic to happen. It's not about forcing things. It's about being ourselves so fully that the right things naturally come to us. Now let's talk about non-judgment. At first, this might seem unrelated to attracting our desires, but in reality, judgment creates barriers between us and the life we want. Judgment often leads to resistance, which blocks the flow of positive experiences into our lives. Think about it. Every time we judge ourselves or others, we're focusing on what we don't like or don't want. This energy can make us feel tense, frustrated, and even unworthy of our own dreams. Consider a story about a man named Alex. Alex was very self-critical and constantly compared himself to others. He'd look at other people's lives and think, "Why don't I have what they have?" This mindset kept him stuck, feeling jealous and frustrated. But eventually, he realized that his judgmental thoughts were only hurting him. He began practicing non-judgment by allowing himself to be imperfect, to be human. He started seeing his own journey as unique and valid, not something that needed to measure up to someone else's. As he practiced this, something amazing happened. he began to feel a sense of freedom and acceptance. He no longer carried the weight of comparison, and his relationships transformed. Friends and family noticed he seemed happier, more relaxed, and opportunities began coming his way without him even trying. The simple act of dropping judgment created a space for him to receive. There's another story that illustrates this even further. A young woman named Mia who struggled with body image issues. Mia spent years judging herself every time she looked in the mirror. She believed she had to look a certain way to be worthy of love and success. But after she started practicing self-acceptance and letting go of those judgments, her confidence grew, and she started attracting people who appreciated her for who she truly was. She noticed her life filling with positive experiences and people, not because she changed her appearance, but because she changed her mindset. Non-judgment doesn't mean you never notice flaws or challenges. It means you observe them without the emotional charge. This shift from judgment to acceptance allows us to be kinder to ourselves and to others. And as we let go of harsh criticisms, we open ourselves to a life where our desires can naturally flow in, without all the resistance and struggle. Now let's talk about detachment. When we think about manifesting our desires, it's natural to feel excited and invested in achieving our goals. But ironically, the more we obsess over the outcome, the more resistance we create. Detachment isn't about not caring. It's about releasing the need to control every detail and trusting that things will work out as they're meant to. When we become too attached to a specific outcome, we limit life's potential to bring us something even better. A powerful example of this is a woman named Emily, who spent years trying to get a promotion. She worked late nights, took on extra responsibilities, and made every effort to impress her boss. But no matter what she did, it felt like the opportunity was slipping through her fingers. Frustrated, she finally decided to take a break, reassess her goals, and simply do her best without expecting anything in return. She shifted her focus from needing the promotion to just doing work she was proud of. Within a few months, she was offered the role she'd been chasing all along. By letting go of her attachment to the outcome, she created a space for it to manifest naturally. Detachment can also be about letting go of the way we think things should look. For instance, Sam, a musician, always dreamed of performing in big concert halls, but every opportunity he chased seemed to fall through. Eventually, he decided to take a step back and enjoy the process of making music, whether or not he achieved fame the way he originally imagined. He started performing at local events, connecting with people who truly loved his work. Over time, he built a loyal fan base, and soon, record labels and festival invitations followed. Detachment allowed him to open himself to success in a form that was even better than what he'd envisioned. Another example is seen in relationships. Many people hold on to a specific idea of what the perfect partner should be like, missing out on connections that don't fit the mold. When they let go of those rigid expectations and become open to the unexpected, they often find relationships that truly fulfill them. Detachment here means embracing the possibilities life brings rather than restricting ourselves with narrow definitions. When we detach, we allow life to bring us what we truly need, rather than forcing it to fit our expectations. This is the magic of detachment. It doesn't mean giving up on our desires, but rather trusting that what's meant for us will come, often in ways we couldn't have planned. So by letting go of that tight grip, we create a natural flow where our dreams have room to enter our lives. So how do we take these ideas, authenticity, non-judgment, and detachment, and put them into practice in a way that aligns us with what we truly want in life? Let's break it down with some simple, actionable steps to incorporate these principles into our daily routines. First, let's talk about living authentically. Being authentic doesn't mean you have to overhaul your entire life overnight. Instead, start small. Try identifying one area of your life where you often feel like you're putting on a mask. Maybe it's in your job, in your social media presence, or even in certain friendships. Set a goal to be more genuine in this area. It could be as simple as sharing your honest opinion when asked, or as bold as pursuing a passion project that you've put off. Remember, authenticity is a practice. It grows with time, but even small steps will make a difference. Next, practicing non-judgment. This can be especially challenging because we're often our own harshest critics. Start by becoming more aware of your inner dialogue. Whenever you catch yourself judging, pause and reframe the thought. Instead of "I'm not good enough," try "I'm learning and growing," and that's okay. You can even use this with others. When you find yourself judging someone else, ask yourself why. Often judgment is a reflection of our own insecurities. By shifting this habit, we create more peace and space in our lives for good things to come. Now let's talk about detachment, which is often the most difficult step. Start practicing detachment by setting intentions without obsessing over the outcome. For instance, if you're applying for a new job, put in your best effort and then let it go. Trust that if it's the right fit, it'll work out. If not, something better is on the way. Detachment isn't giving up, it's trusting in a bigger plan. Finally, here's a small exercise you can do. Take a few minutes each morning to visualize what you want, but then release that image. Imagine sending it off into the universe, as if you're putting in an order and trusting it'll be fulfilled. This simple habit helps reinforce detachment while keeping your goals in mind. By practicing authenticity, non-judgment, and detachment regularly, we create an open pathway for our desires to come to us without forcing, obsessing, or stressing. With these tools, we're not just manifesting what we want, we're building a life that's naturally aligned with who we are. Authenticity, non-judgment, and detachment. These three principles allow us to attract what's truly meant for us. When we align with our true selves, release judgment, and let go of control, life flows more naturally, bringing fulfillment and unexpected blessings. If this resonated with you, please subscribe, like, and share your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching, and remember to embrace who you are. Your desires will follow.